Hi, my name is Jeng Chiu. I am the Prudential National Account Executive for Wells Fargo. My job is to develop a comprehensive understanding of how our accounts work so that we could connect ideas, opportunities, information, and resources to help our distribution team achieve their goals. I help identify growth opportunities and drive revenue by first understanding a firm's goals and unique challenges. By understanding their challenges, I help create a business plan and/or develop a strategy, find areas for growth, open paths for new development. Secondly, I advocate at our firm and theirs. I represent the firm's interests and goals within Prudential and align our resources with their goals to help enhance a firm's brand, optimize a firm's strengths, create opportunities. Third, by connecting and leveraging Prudential's capabilities and resources, I leverage our resources and sales talent to drive profitable growth and help firms achieve long-term success. I optimize our strengths by maximizing our firm relationships, identifying growth opportunities, and driving revenue. Today, I will provide helpful information about Wells Fargo to help you better work in their system. We'll cover three things. First, I'll provide a high-level overview. Then, I'll give you some tips to help you get started. And finally, I'll share some day-to-day business practices. Wells Fargo is the largest bank in the United States based on market capitalization, and the third largest based on assets under management. They generate approximately $100 million in insurance revenue per year. They have approximately 15,000 financial advisors in three main channels: independent, also known as FiNet, financial institutions, known as WBS, and wirehouses, known as PCG. They distribute insurance through BGAs, insurance specialists, and Prudential RSVPs. They also have a back office called SBIA, also known as Small Business Insurance Agency, who can also write insurance. First, you will need three items in the sales library: the GA handbook, the financial advisor list, and the video tutorial on how to process business within Wells Fargo. The GA handbook is your definitive Wells Fargo guide. It will provide an overview of the firm, how they work, the centers of influence, and illustration guidelines, all the basic information you need to get started. Second, I will encourage you to download the most up-to-date financial advisor and manager list. The FA list is comprehensive and includes names, phone numbers, and addresses. It also breaks down the premier advisors, Wells Fargo's top financial advisors, and also newly hired advisors. You could sort the Excel spreadsheet by name, city, state, and there's other information that you have as well. Lastly, there is a video and audio tutorial on how to process business. This was created by SBIA and Wells Fargo to help our RSVPs understand the submission process. All three items are in Sales Link in the Sales Library. Also, please download the Wells Fargo Job Aid and Systems Guide that is located in Pinnacle University. The Wells Fargo Job Aid was created by our training department to give you more practical insight on how to work within the firm. It will explain a step-by-step guide how to process business, as well as snapshots of the Wells Fargo systems and financial planning software. Our distribution model is unique within Wells Fargo. There are three entities in Wells Fargo that have the Prudential product. First, the Prudential RSVP. Secondly, the Wells Fargo Insurance Specialist, also known as the WIS. Lastly, SBIA's Help Desk. The BGAs, broker general agencies that cover Wells Fargo, cannot offer Prudential. We work directly with the financial advisors, but we can also work with the Wells Fargo insurance specialist, as I mentioned, also known as the WIS. There are 34 WISs in the country, and they cover the banks and the wirehouses, but not the independent channel. Now, I'll quickly discuss these three channels. First, PCG, Private Client Group, also known as the wirehouse. PCG is the wirehouse channel of Wells Fargo. There are approximately 11,000 PCG advisors throughout the country. Some may be in large, centrally located downtown branches, while others may be in smaller satellite offices. In larger offices, the branch manager is the primary center of influence. When working in these locations, please understand they get numerous phone calls and visits from wholesalers of all product lines. The best way to get started is to call the branch, identify yourself as the Prudential life insurance representative, and ask to schedule a meeting in the branch. There is usually a meeting coordinator who can assist. Typically, it will be a breakfast or lunch meeting several weeks out. In smaller branches, the branch manager may also be a producing manager. They manage the branch, but also has their own book of business. These branches are typically less formal and contain fewer advisors. Oftentimes, in the wirehouse, the FAs will work in teams. There might be a senior advisor along with one or two junior FAs. Sometimes there might also be a mid-level FA as part of that group. Oftentimes, we want to work directly with the most senior person. However, in the wirehouse channel, their primary business is usually managing assets and not life insurance. When you first visit a branch, you may want to seek out the junior financial advisor. If an FA or a team does annuity, long-term care, or mutual fund business, they are probably open to a life insurance conversation. Introduce yourself to the branch manager and ask their help in identifying which financial advisors may have potential life insurance opportunities. Understand that each branch and branch manager may have specific protocol on conducting business. For example, it is often frowned upon to show up unannounced unless you have an appointment. In addition to the wirehouse channel, Wells Fargo has about 3,000 WBS wealth brokerage services bank channel advisors. They are located throughout the country depending on your specific region. They will either be in a hub or a store. A hub is a large central Wells Fargo office that contains many Wells Fargo employees. For example, a hub will be in a location that may contain their high net worth wealth management team and private bankers. A store is a smaller branch, for example, a suburban location with a branch manager, tellers, and customer service associates. A FA in a hub will usually just cover that hub, while an FA in stores may cover 3 to 4 locations. Understand that unlike the wirehouse channel, the branch manager does not manage the FAs. In the banks, the FAs report to the RBM, the regional brokerage manager. The biggest difference between a Wells Fargo PCG advisor and a WBS advisor is that the majority of clients from WBS financial advisors belong to the bank. They are pure employees. Sometimes a bank FA may have come from a wirehouse and brought over a smaller book of business. However, most FAs in the banks cover customers of the banks. Another difference is that unlike a large wirehouse office, bank FAs are usually in an office by themselves and do not work in teams. Oftentimes, you will have to visit them individually rather than in a large group breakfast or lunch setting. An exception to this is when the RBM has a regularly scheduled monthly or quarterly sales meeting. That's when they bring in all the FAs in their region. The RSVP should contact the RBM and ask to get on his or her agenda for the next sales meeting. This way, the RSVP can be in front of all the FAs in the region at one time. Finally, the third channel within Wells Fargo Advisors is FiNet, also known as Financial Network. These are independent advisors that are loosely connected with Wells Fargo. They share the same software and systems, but typically highlight themselves more than the firm. There are about 1,500 of these advisors throughout the country. They are usually in one-person or small team offices. The Wells Fargo insurance specialists do not work with the Wells Fargo finance advisors. In addition to the sales managers, another center of influence you should contact is the productivity consultant. There is a different productivity consultant for each channel. Their job is to help drive sales in their respective territories. They are also product agnostic. I would encourage you to reach out to the productivity consultant in your region and discuss better ways to partner together. Their contact information is in the GA handbook in the sales library. Finally, the Wells Fargo insurance specialist can be a valuable partner when working within PCG or WBS. As I previously stated, there are about 34 current WISs in the country. Their territories vary depending on the region. The WISs can write business and be the agent of record on the application. If the WIS is the agent of record, they will also be the servicing advisor on a policy. After a year, Wells Fargo will do a manual transition and replace the WIS with the referring advisor, who will then become the servicing agent from that point. In the alternative, if you write a policy directly with the FA will be the agent of record from the beginning. The WIS also has an internal partner, the ISA. The ISA helps facilitate applications when any business is done through the WIS. In the sales library, we also have a complete list of the WISs and their ISAs. There are many considerations when deciding whether you should work with a WIS on a particular case or if you should work directly with the FA. Each situation may be dependent on the circumstances. Please contact your DVP or myself if you have a question. The DVP has years of experience and first-hand knowledge of each WIS and can help guide you on how to best maximize the partnership. Wells Fargo's planning software is called Envision. They have several life insurance planning scenarios that advisors can run to determine their insurance needs. I would strongly encourage you to review the Wells Fargo Job Aid in Pinnacle University. They contain screenshots of these scenarios. SmartStation. SmartStation is the FA workstation, including trading, account management, client mining, and insurance solutions. You can utilize SmartStation to help the FA run lists to target potential insurance opportunities. My homepage is part of SmartStation, where Wells Fargo houses the targeted lists of clients in each FA's book of business that align with their insurance themes. InfoMax is the WFA internal information site, including forms, sales marketing ideas, carriers, commissions, compliance, and licensing appointment-related information. The FA will complete the online client suitability forms via InfoMax. This is important. All FAs must fill out the client suitability form prior to submitting an application. I encourage you to work with your DVP on business building activities. Prudential has many turnkey resources to help you set these meetings. We have half-day business builder meetings with a variety of topics to choose from. We also have full-day partnership meetings. Typically, these meetings will consist of 4 to 5 presentations on different life insurance concepts with 10 to 20 financial advisors. The Advanced Planning Department also has speaker resources to help you deliver these presentations. If you have any questions about the business builder or partnership meetings, please contact myself or your DVPs. Finally, some do's and don'ts. Do work with your DVP to better understand the firm and your WIS partner. Do check the product approval grid before working with an FA or client. Most of our products are approved within the firm, but please review. Do contact me if you have a question, issue, or concern. Do review the GA handbook for all guidelines and procedures. Do contact your service account manager prior to submitting your first application to ensure it is done correctly. Do not send mass emails to financial advisors. Do not discuss compensation with Wells Fargo FAs. If an FA has questions about compensation on life insurance sales, please refer them back to their home office. A quick recap of what we discussed today. Wells Fargo has 3 channels of distribution: PCG, WBS, and FiNet. You may work in all 3 channels. There are approximately 15,000 FAs in the firm. The FA list is in the sales library. The key centers of influence are the branch manager inside PCG and the RBM inside WBS, as well as the WIS. The productivity consultant is also a person who could help make contacts and discover opportunities. The GA handbook contains a list of centers of influences and the rules of the road to conduct business within the firm. Wells Fargo has 34 insurance specialists in the country. They only work in PCG and WBS, not FiNet. The WIS also has the Prudential products. You can partner with them when calling on the Wells Fargo advisors. The WISs have a financial incentive to be the agent of record on all Prudential applications. Please contact either myself or the DVP before working with the WIS to best understand when and how to partner with them. Please review the video tutorial in the sales library prior to submitting an application. Finally, the training department has created a job aid in Pinnacle University to better understand the systems and tools used by the Wells Fargo advisors. Thank you for viewing the video and good luck.